Hi there, and welcome to our January 28th daily briefing here on KLAM and KCDV. I'm J.R. Lewis. Glad to be with you. We're visiting with Dr. Sanders today about a vaccination clinic which has been scheduled for early February. We're going to tell you how to get signed up for it, who's eligible, all the details with somebody who probably knows better than just about anybody, Dr. Sanders once again. And this program, as usual, will go up on our YouTube channel as soon as we can get it there, youtube.com/CordovaTV. If you want to share the information with anyone else or want to hear it later, any of that kind of thing. So let's talk to the doc on our daily briefing. Okay, doctor, so we have a date for a clinic. You've got a system for getting people signed up. Let's go over all of that.
Yes, so we're excited that we are getting a vaccine allocation for February. We're working very closely with Alanka to put together vaccine clinics. The state supply that we have, we are required to follow the state tiers. At this point, they have only opened up vaccine availability or vaccine eligibility to anybody that's over 65 years old, EMS or first responders, and healthcare workers. We really are encouraging anybody that falls into those categories to not wait for later vaccine distributions, to go ahead and get signed up. We have enough vaccine to get all of the people that are eligible in those groups in Cordova vaccinated. We just need people to sign up for the vaccine clinic, which is February 10th. You can sign up by going to the hospital website, which is cdvcmc.com. or Cordova Prepared has a link. And the ICHC has been sharing that link as well, or you can call 424-3045. I also want to remind everybody, we are working very close with Alanka, and some of the vaccine distributions that we do get into Cordova can come from other federal sources. So the tribal sources for vaccine distribution have different distribution rules, and they follow a separate set of guidelines. So we're really happy.
Okay, so that's interesting. And I'll put the website and the phone number out again. Remind people mid-program here, of course, that this interview will go on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CordovaTV, so people can hear it at their leisure. The state trajectory as far as the number of cases seems to be pretty good over the last few weeks. We had a couple of days, actually, not yesterday, but the 2 days before, where the new case count statewide was under 100. In the meetings you have with the state epidemiologists and so forth, do they have much of a sense of what we're in for the next few months in terms of statewide growth or slowing of case counts?
I don't think anybody is really making projections right now. I'm cautiously optimistic whenever we see the numbers dropping the way that they are. Cordova has been the same. We saw a slight increase after the holidays, and we are down to 3 active cases right now. So certainly celebrating those numbers as they drop, and working really hard to get the vaccine distributed. We have certainly seen some new variants popping up, not just in the state, but nationwide. It looks like the vaccine does at least have some level of protection to the new variants, and we continue to just watch the research and the science as that develops.
Yeah. Well, there was a story a couple of days ago about the UK variant showing up. What do they call it? B117 showing up there was one case of that in Anchorage, which could conceivably, I'm trying to remember if the talk was that the variants are, they may be a little more contagious, but maybe not as severe. Is that still the thinking, or is it really just all sort of up in the air?
I think it's really pretty up in the air. The thing that I do feel pretty good about, though, is the vaccine rollout is seeming to be effective against the variants, and I think that's a pretty exciting prospect that we have some solutions in terms of medications to manage the people when they do get sick, as well as the vaccine, which will help us prevent severe illness for people. So
Yeah.
things are looking up.
Well, the hospital use is down quite a bit. The ventilator use is down into single digits, has been for a while. So, at the same time, while the vaccines are trying to roll out, the medical community, it appears, has gotten a lot better at dealing with this and increasing, I should say, lowering mortality and severe reactions. So. Yeah, I mean, it's where you'd hope we would be a year or so later into this. Any final thoughts?
No, just appreciate everybody working with us and their patience with the vaccine and with testing. The medical community in Cordova is working really hard, and I think that the resilience of them continuing to put so much effort into this as we have been doing it for an entire year now is pretty remarkable. And hope everybody's able to come and take part that is eligible in getting a vaccine. I want to put one additional reminder out there, and that's the second dose. When we tell you when you get immunized and you go home, the second dose is prearranged and pre-scheduled for you. We do want people to remember to return for those second doses. We're reminding people when we give them the date, and we do not expect that we will be calling or reminding people that are eligible for that second dose. They don't need to sign up again for when we have these signups. They don't need to call. They don't need to sign up. They just need to show up to the clinic at the prearranged time.
Right. And of course, that's very important because you end up in a situation if people don't do that, if they don't show up and if they don't commit to doing it and show up and actually get it, then there's waste of a very precious resource. Particularly
here in Cordova, because the temperature control and the freezer handling that these vaccines require, it does end up wasting the vaccine when people don't show up for their second dose.
Yeah.
So we want everybody to make sure they do that. That second dose is the dose that makes it so that the vaccine has that 95% efficacy of keeping people out of the hospital. So
the website,
come for your second dose. And sign up for the vaccine.
Website and phone number one more time.
The website, you can go to cdvcmc.com, and there's a button to click for the sign up, or you can call 424-3045.
Sounds great. Thank you, Doctor. Appreciate the time.
Thanks.
All right, big thanks once again to Dr. Sanders for all that information. Hope folks will follow that good advice and either call or go online to sign up. And again, if you want to review the details of this program, you're welcome to do so by catching it in one of the other time slots or going to youtube.com/Cordova TV, where you can actually kind of play and pause and take your notes at your own preferred speed. We continue to come to you as needed in the 1, 5, and 8 p.m. hours on the radio. Upload to that same YouTube channel, youtube.com/Cordova TV, as soon as we can. Once the briefing is completed, we wish you the best, and thank you for tuning in. We'll get back to regular programming.